We continue our series on alcohol abuse among seniors. Stan Miller sits down with Spanish Cove's Sherman Huff for today's retirement.
Welcome to the show. And
good to see you, Stan.
Wish we had a lighter subject to talk about, but you know, there's been a lot of contradiction about this as far as, you know,
right.
What is abusive drinking, what is alcoholism?
Right. Well, you know, it's really an undiagnosed problem in the older adults, and I think it's a much bigger problem than we know in general. In fact, there's a study out from Penn State University that says at least 50% of the people over 65 that are alcoholic abusers are undiagnosed. And I think there's a number of reasons for that they give is that, you know, as we age, we tend to be alone more, maybe just our spouse and ourselves, or maybe just at home by ourselves. The kids are gone, and so we do a lot of our drinking in private. So it's not as obvious to people. We're probably not out partying like we used to, so you don't see as many older adults getting arrested for DUI, so it kind of goes unnoticed in that way. And then I think children, they don't recognize, well, Dad always had 3 drinks a day.
Right.
You know, he's not doing any more than he ever was. The problem is now that Dad is aged, his body is not metabolizing alcoholism the way it was. And so what, maybe he wasn't a problem drinker at 3 drinks a day, but over a period of time as you age, because you're getting more alcohol in your system because it's not metabolizing, you can become a problem drinker. Plus, you become impaired a lot more at that time.
How often do you think that drinking takes the place of a spouse? You know, someone loses a spouse, and you know, it's that loneliness you were just talking about,
right.
And there needs to be some type of replacement, and a family is not close by.
Right. I think we see a lot of it happening more again than people want to admit in the older population, because it can be the loss of a spouse, it can be just depression setting in because we don't feel worthy anymore because we're not working, the family's gone, a lot of our friends have died.
Well, we live in a society where youth is everything.
That's right, and so you see a lot more on-set alcohol drinking than you would think. You know, most of us think that it starts in younger adults, and a lot of it does, and a lot of those people actually die before they get to be 65, but we begin to see, because people are abusing it because they're just home alone, they have nothing to do, they drink, and it just kind of becomes a habit.
And if you have a question about this topic or any other today's retirement topic, just send Sherman an email at sherman@news9.net.